Okay, so we're rolling this time. I had a little trouble with the camera again. Sometimes it can be a little finicky. But I've got another G.I. Joe classified series, and this is Cobra Infantry. So just the regular basic Cobra Trooper uh, in this line. I think there's like some kind of variant that was a Target exclusive. I don't remember if that was just a packaging variant or if there was something unique about the figure itself. But it looks pretty much like this one to me. Like, I see that one selling for a little bit more on Amazon, like sometimes almost twice as much. And I kind of feel like, I don't really need to spend a little bit of extra money on one that just came from Target, since I don't know what the difference is. If anybody watching this in the comments knows what the difference is and wants to comment below, feel free, because I just didn't really, it just didn't seem important enough for me to look it up. But I got this one, and let's go ahead and have a look at the packaging. So you got this piece of artwork here with the Cobra Trooper, and then another piece here. This is a completely different piece, and his mask looks almost kind of skull-like. So you can get the Cobra symbol and holding some kind of gun. He's got a Cobra symbol on his glove. More troopers down here. So hopefully this will be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and open them up. I hadn't gotten this yet because it's an army builder, and I'm just kind of worried that like once I get them, I'm gonna want to buy like dozens of them, like I did with the 25th anniversary and the 50th anniversary and the Pursuit of Cobra ones, the Dollar General Cobra Troopers I like quite a bit. I've got a bunch of the 3/4-inch retro troopers, like more than I thought I would buy. And I'll probably get more of these if I have the opportunity, but I guess we'll see. So let's go ahead and take this out of the tray. And the artwork on the inside is, this Cobra symbol. We've seen this before. So I'm going to set the box aside. And he looks pretty cool. We'll get a little more into some of these details later. First, I want to take out these accessories. Let's get the rifle out. And then this helmet, which is Cobra Blue and has some black markings on it. And the cat wants to just get up in here and be part of the show. So if you see the cat's head peeking up, she's just sitting here on my lap and keeps trying to nuzzle me or nuzzle the box or whatever. She's just in a lovey sort of mood today. So forgive the cat. Got this pistol. And it looks like another pistol that's identical. I believe they're both identical. Let's see. Yeah, they look pretty similar to me, if not identical. So they've got looks like double barrels. It might be like one kind of rectangular barrel. I don't know. They do a lot of these rectangular barrels in this series. It's weird looking. Like Rob Liefeld designed their weapons or something. But, I think this is based off of a Nerf gun. Like how a lot of these seem to be based off of Nerf guns. Rudy had found a pic of comparisons between various Nerf guns and the rifles that come with these figures. So yeah, a lot of them actually are based off of Nerf guns. Got this knife, and I believe that's all of his accessories. Let's go ahead and get him out of the package here. And his skin tone is rather dark. I noticed that immediately. Like he definitely has a bit of a tan. Or he could be like, Middle Eastern or Hispanic or something. I don't know, like the Cobra Troopers in the old series looked mostly Caucasian, but their skin tones could vary a little bit. I'd noticed sometimes they'd be a little more reddish or a little more yellowish or, whatever. I kind of figured that was more sort of like depending on what kind of paint they had on hand at the time. Cobras aren't necessarily supposed to be any specific sort of ethnicity. They come from all over the world. So, you know, I guess you could pretend he's pretty much anything you wanted him to be. So, that's nice. So, let's see. So this pistol should fit into this holster right here. And you can see that holster has a Cobra emblem etched into it. The gloves have Cobra emblems etched into it as the artwork on the action figure packages hinted. You need to stop nuzzling that table. You're shaking my table around while I'm trying to film something. Okay, so this knife goes in here. There we go. I guess she got sick of me not paying attention to her. She ran off over there. Sorry, kitty, just now's not the time. Trying to do a thing. So yeah, the knife will fit into the sheath on his chest. And then this other pistol will fit into the holster on the back. Like so. And it looks like this rifle has a peg on it. So we can actually attach the rifle onto his back. He doesn't have a backpack, but you can put the rifle back there for storage. So that's nice. So, and then last but not least, you got the old Cobra bucket head helmet that fits on there, and that completes the image. And now he looks kind of like a classic Cobra Trooper. You know, kind of a little modernized. You know, a little more surface detail, a little more seams and things like that. A lot of straps, a lot of buckles, a lot of pouches. In fact, this pouch here kind of covers up the Cobra emblem on his chest a little bit. I'm a little disappointed by that. You know, I kind of want the Cobra emblem to be visible. And it does appear like the chest is sculpted to be somewhat armor-like. So it, you know, it doesn't really need to have more armor over it, I kind of figure. So I would have rather they just had the emblem more exposed. That's just me. He's still a nice-looking figure. It's interesting how they did this mask, because the helmet fits on here really snugly. Like, look at that. That's a good fit on that helmet. The mask is mostly blue with some black areas on it. It's not a plain cloth balaclava. It's like a kind of an armored sort of mask with some vents on the face. That lower part of the mask is mostly black. Again, to look more like the old Cobra Trooper figures. And there's some other black areas on the mask. So it's not like a completely black mask. And it's not just, I wish you'd shut up. It's not just the, kind of like the lower, like the bandana kind of mask, like, the old figures had. And, excuse me. A little tired. It's been a long week. But yeah, he's it's fine. I like it for what it is. You know, in the original figures, the mask was all black, and in the comic books, for whatever reason, the mask was red. And I'm not sure if that's just because, like, they wanted to put some kind of highlight onto it, and they didn't want to use blue as a highlight like you usually do with black, because the outfit's already mostly blue, or if they just thought that red would be more eye-catching in the comics. But sometimes you see them do the Cobra Trooper with a red mask because of the comic book, and sometimes you see them do them with a black mask because that's what the original figure had. And there are various schools of thought as to whether it should be a black mask or a red mask, or which one is preferable, or whatnot. I honestly don't really have a preference, because, like I said, the original toy was one, and the comic book was another, so I kind of feel like they're both sort of, have their own canonical significance. So, you know, I don't really have a preference. Let's put his rifle in his hand. You see the rifle fits in the hand fairly well. And we could probably get a good firing pose out of him, I'm sure. Since the articulation on these is usually pretty good. We've got the double elbows and nicely articulated wrists and, you know, just good articulation all around. So he can hold that rifle pretty well. if you put it in his left hand, you could probably even have the other hand grip the backpack peg as kind of a secondary grip. You could probably squeeze this into the other hand. I'm going to try to do that right now. But it is kind of a tight fit. Yeah, I kind of got it like gripping at this area here, but you know, I just kind of don't want to warp it right now. But yeah, so that's the Cobra Infantry, and he's pretty impressive. He's got like a little bit of a butterfly joint here, I notice. I think they reused this body on Major Blood, but I was never able to get Major Blood. I held him in my hand at one point, but I just didn't have the money for it at the time, so I wasn't able to get Major Blood, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the Cobra Trooper. He turned out pretty nicely. He's got a couple of holes in the back of his armor here that look like something else could plug in there. We can probably put the rifle in there too. I hadn't thought about that. That might be something that, like, on the target figure, yep, you can stick the rifle in there. On the target figure, there might have been like some extra doodads or whatever to stick in there. I don't know. But overall, he's a good figure. I'm probably going to want to get at least one more of these and kind of have them flank Cobra Commander on the shelf. Maybe another Cobra Officer when that comes out. But I don't know how much I'm going to army build these because, you know, they take up a lot more space than the 3 3/4 inch figures, and they are a little more expensive. So I probably don't want to have, like, you know, hundreds of them. Like I have the 3 3/4 inch ones. I probably don't actually have hundreds, but it's got to be at least dozens. I've got a lot of them. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this one. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and do all the YouTube stuff below. Let me know what you think about the Cobra Infantry. The original vintage figure was just simply called Cobra, and then later on they called him the Cobra Soldier. A lot of fans just refer to that one as Cobra Trooper or Blue Shirts. And now this one's called Cobra Infantry. So what do you think is the best name for the standard blue Cobra guy? I tend to go with Cobra Trooper. That's what I tend to go with. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this time. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.